Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. I'd just like to start by saying I love you to my beautiful fiance and thank you for putting up with me making these videos. I know it cuts into our time and I think it's important to do it even though I don't have very many viewers or very much feedback. I appreciate the viewers I do have and the feedback we do get. So this is going to be a tricky one. Excuse me before I start. I'd also like if hopefully Moneybags you're watching this. Um, I know I said you could use any of my material for your compilation video or anything you want for that matter, and that's exactly what I mean. By Saturday, me and my fiance will make a video specifically for that. And you're welcome to look at it, and you can use any one you want, but we will post one specifically for your video. Hopefully by Saturday. So this is going to be a tricky one, and we're going to get right into it. Categorizations of Mandela effect, quantum effect. But basically, I want to hit 3 points in this video, and they seem important to me because I'm going to start categorizing the effects a little bit differently on my channel, and I can't speak for the community or anybody else or what they might think. I love feedback. If anyone thinks I'm way off base or something, or agrees with me even, let me know. But I hope you stay with me, and this is going to be a slightly longer video, but I think you'll find it'll be worth it. I'll post some links below, and I'll let you know what they are as we go along. So there's 3 points I want to touch on. I want to touch on people misremembering things. I want to touch on that because it does happen. I do it. I'm sure I can't speak for anybody, but I have to believe that everybody misremembers something at some point in their life. But I want to touch on that in this video. I want to touch on quantum effects in this video. And I want to touch on Mandela effects in this video. I want to touch on the difference between the three. And I will start with misremembering things. Now, people misremember things. And I would submit to you, because I've heard somebody tell me that, oh, well, some people can't remember what they had for supper last night. How could they remember a line from a song in the 80s? You would think that would be a good point until you break that down a little bit. Now, if you think about people eating supper, you eat supper, I'm going to say most people eat supper every night. You don't eat the same thing every night. You've ate supper every night of your life, and if you're like me and 40, then you've ate supper every night of your life for 40 years. And not only supper, lunch. Some people eat breakfast, so you're eating 3 meals a day every day. And if you what did you have for supper last night? I would suspect that your brain could be thinking of a host of meals. If you follow what I'm saying, for the simple fact that people eat so many things. But then you think about a song. I mean, you eat your supper and you move on, and you eat your supper and you move on. But a song replays over and over and over in movie lines. If you watch a movie more than once, you're going to hear the line more than once. It's just the way it is. So I would say, and people misremember movie lines. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it will happen, I'm sure. And I'm sure that I've misremembered a movie line or two in my life. But these aren't the things that I'm making videos about. And these aren't the things other people are making videos about, not things they misremembered or misunderstood. These are different. And that's all I'm really going to touch on misremembering things. I think people are more likely to misremember things they do more often because you do them more often. That's my point on that. And then there are things you don't misremember, but people don't notice. I made a video a while back about the trash cans and the dumpsters where I work getting slightly smaller, and now I could stand on my feet and dump trash over the bin. I'm not going to get into that because I did it in another video, but I'm an example that I called a personal effect. And these things happen to other people. I know they do. And Alzheimer's, dementia. I'm going to get into that in another video. But I think you can, if you don't notice it, but the change happens, I think that's a quantum effect. Now, how could you notice something, or how could you observe something without noticing it, you might think? Well, I'm going to post a link about subliminal messages. And this isn't exactly the information that I wanted, but it's been a long day, been a long week, and this will give you a brief summary of subliminal messages. And I can tell you that from sources that I have that are very intelligent people and know these sorts of things, went to college for these things. They can tell you, and I'm going to try to get him on one of these videos, and he could tell you that, like, even if a message flashes on a screen and you don't notice that it happened, and they do this at the movie theaters, they'll flash popcorn or milk duds, and you won't see it, but you'll observe it. And then, people want to go get popcorn and milk duds and a soda. And that's the way that works. So you can observe something and not notice that you observed it and it changed. And even if nobody notices it, that's still a quantum effect. All right. In my opinion, and again, I'm open to feedback. I want feedback on this. I really do. I know if I'm onto something here. I have other things I want to get out, but another time. So, so you got your quantum effect, and bear with me for 1 second, please. I am so sorry. I am as prepared for this as I could be for such a long video, and I really hope you stay with me because it'll be worth it. So then, and I'm also going to post a link for what used to be observer phenomenon, but apparently now it's observer effect. And it involves the double slit experiment, which I will also post. And these things will, and maybe some of you have already heard of this, researched it, watched videos and such. And I'm sure you're all really an educated community that look into the Mandela effect. So there's a good chance you know about all this, but I'm going to post the links anyway. So once the quantum effect gets noticed, now notice I said noticed, not observed, but once it gets noticed by a large number of people, it becomes a Mandela effect. So I would like to start on my channel anyway, categorizing these things 3 ways. And the first way, of course, being misremembered things, which I'm not going to post anything that I think is something that I misremember. Okay. I might post something that I'm not 1,000% sure on. Okay. But if I post it, I'm going to be somewhat certain that it's a quantum effect. And quantum effect, of course, being an unnoticed uh, Mandela effect, or so I'm not going to post anything that I think that I probably just misremembered. And then anything, I've got some family photos that have changed that I would like to touch on another video, things like that, that I used to call personal effects, I'm going to call quantum effects, because I know they changed. And even though they weren't noticed or observed by a great number of people, it was still a quantum change. Quantum particle shifts and the S falls off. the and that's another thing I'm going to touch on in another video. And I'm really running this video long, and I'm super sorry for that. I'm going to come to the conclusion. So basically, that's what I wanted to say in a nutshell. I wanted to touch on those three categories and explain why I think that's the way I should categorize them. And I'm not going to say that I think that's the way everybody should categorize them, because I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. Who is? Maybe Moneybags. He might be an expert, but I'm not. I'm a amateur at best. So, but that's my thoughts on this, and that's what I'm going to do from here on through. So, thanks for watching. If you're still with me, I hope it was informative or interesting at the very least. I'd love feedback. Me and my fiance are going to post a video together of a quantum effect we noticed and observed at the same time, and it'll be worth the watch. It's a really interesting one, and we'll get into it in our video here momentarily. But for now, I'm going to end this thing because it's at 12:35. And thank you all for watching, those who stuck with me, and like, unlike, or dislike, and give me some feedback if you think it's appropriate. And thank you very much.